Okay, I think I'm live streaming now. Actually, I'm not. Well, I'm live streaming, but I'm also drinking coffee, so. And it's super hot. Tactical Gamer 51 is the first one in the chat room. Welcome aboard. Not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing in this episode yet. One thing I do need to do is I do need to possibly sell my cotton. Another thing I need to do is I need to sell some of the, hello, well, we got all kinds of vehicles around here. I need to sell some of the canola, or no, soybeans. What was that? Oh, oats. Anthony Krakowski, hello. See, I got here too early. Everything is still loading. Uh-oh. Some of this stuff out of the way here. So yeah, just kind of having like a chill evening here on Farming Sim. Oh, you know what I can do? Do you guys know what I can do? I can do anything. You can do better. Wait. I'm gonna get these things started. Where the heck's my other... Where's my other gun? Oh, there it is over there. The only reason I'm starting out with the cotton is because I don't need a truck to harvest it. Ooh, I just realized I could actually buy another cotton harvester and increase the productivity even more. Let's see. Candace Chansey says I'm heading home right now or something, but they deleted their message. Ron Collard says hi, boss man. Hello, Ron. Kansas, hello. Crazy Panda says hi. Anthony Gurkowski says no, you can't. And Landon Andrews is logging on. FS19. So basically what I want to do is I want to sell a couple loads of soybeans at Horizon Coop, because the price is still fairly high. Let's see what cotton prices are like. Oh my gosh! Stop the press. We need to get right on the cotton. Did you see those cotton prices? Oh my god! It was like over 3,000. Like usually they're like 2,500, but they're like over 3,000. That is probably the highest that I've seen it on the server. So I need to get this guy out of the way so I can repair. Wow. Yeah, usually it's like 2,500. That's going to be well over $100,000 per load. Anthony says everything you can do, I can do better. You could make a better flotation device. All right, let's go. Now I'm gonna have to go all the way down this line because the way these cotton harvesters work, for some reason, they'll stop working and turn around. I don't know why, but they just do. Colton Stratton says, "Hey Brad, you the man, love the videos. What map are you on?" I'm on Midwest Horizon. What in the world happened here? Huh, that's weird. Oh, I wonder if... Wait a second. Do you really want to give... Okay, that's weird. Looks like we're going to have a nice night harvest again. Eric Zapata says, "Aliens, no amarientes, hello." Raheem Benjamin says, "You ugly." I know. Don't worry, Raheem. Alright, so I must have just now removed his Kevin's ability, or contractor ability. I don't know why it did that. It's really weird. So you don't think his GPS is out? I am not aware that the GPS mod is out. It may be out, but I don't see it anywhere to download it. Unless it's on the official mod hub or something. Tell you guys the Bigfoot stories. Well, okay, I'll tell the Bigfoot story because there might be some people. Wait, let's do a like spike first, guys. Let's hit that like button. Let's see if we can get some more people in here. If we can get 50 people in here, I will tell the Bigfoot story. How's that? Does that sound like a deal? Because right now there's only like 25 people, so we got to get like 50 people in here. so that I can tell the story. I gotta tell my story. What is going on with the YouTubes? He has it on GitHub, not officially released yet. It says Thunder's 8 ult. I think it's actually supposed to say Thunderbolt with like the B being an 8, but not. I'll leave, heard story like 10,000 times now. Well, my most interesting Bigfoot story was like I was out in the woods and all of a sudden Bigfoot jumped out and he's like, "Hey, Brad, my name's Anthony Krukowski." Anthony's like, "Touche, mon frère, touche." All right, so I should be able to hire him now. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, no. Either that or he's going to be like, "That's not funny." Come on, guys, we got to get some more. We got to get some more peeps watching. All right, so what I'm going to do here, well, we'll drop this bale off real quick. And I just want to bring this guy over. We want to do the maintenance because we want to make sure that the the efficiency for this guy is as high as possible. I don't know if the you know, the maintenance rate affects the efficiency or not. I really don't. John C. Pepper is making some homemade salsa. Awesome. I've actually never tried salsa. I'm actually not a big, huge fan of salsa. Like, I don't know. Like, there's this Mexican restaurant that I like to go to, and they have like, you know, they give you like chips and salsa as like, you know, as the Mexican restaurants do, and their chips are really good, especially when they're fresh, and their salsa is like, I don't know, all salsa kind of tastes the same to me, unless it has like too many jalapenos and like onions in it. Like if the onions are bad in salsa, that effectively ruins like salsa. Yeah, the maintenance slows the harvest speed down. That's kind of what I was thinking. Come on, guys, we got to hit that like button. Everybody popping in, please hit the like button. We're trying to get up to 50 people watching. Let's see here. What is going on? Why can't I look at my flippin' channel? Oh, here we go. There we are. Okay. Chris Keller says, "Hello, Brad. How are you doing tonight?" I am doing all right, Chris. Thank you very much. I'm kind of like, I got up like super early again this morning. Well, not super early. I mean, for me, it's super early, but I'm trying to think. I got up around 8 or 8:30. I almost said 8 or 8:30 o'clock. Not even joking. I almost said o'clock. All right, let's roll out. Roll out with our whole... Wait. But I got up this morning, basically like chatted around in the Star Citizen, the exclusive concierge chat. So if you're a concierge member of Star Citizen, you have like an exclusive chat. And we were all talking about the new ship that was coming out. So it's available to concierge members right now. We can actually order it. It's called the Nautilus. And it's a rather large mine-laying ship. It's actually a little bit bigger than the Hammerhead. And looks pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to buy one, considering it's like $675. The next ship that I really want to buy is the 890 Jump, which is on the PTU. Flyable. If you guys watched my live stream, was that Friday or Saturday night? One of those two nights, you will have seen me give a tour of the 890 Jump. I'm actually gonna try to do like a nice video tour of the 890 Jump. So I might do that this week, and so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But got up this morning because I was really more curious to see what the prices are on the exclusive ship. It's like a mine laying ship, so it's not really anything super exciting, but it's got some huge weapons on it, which does make it kind of exciting. And the mines that you can lay, like they have like these turret mines, which look awesome. Who put their thing there? So, so I don't know. I was like, I did acknowledge that it was a cool ship. It is only a, I think a, I want to say it's it's not currently flyable. So I'm not thinking it's going to be flyable until sometime next month. So it's kind of like, I don't want to spend the money right now to get it if it's not going to be, you know, flyable quickly. So Bunny Gaming says, hello Farmer Brad M73, how you doing, sir? I am doing all right, Bunny. Holy moly, 128,000. That means like every 2 loads of cotton gets me over $250,000. I'm gonna drive through Savage Field. Too bad Savvy doesn't have me on contractor, or I would jump in there and start planting his stuff. JDR Buckle, hello, hello. You should start a Bible plan. What's that? Well, I'm not like a super early morning person, and the reason why I was up so late last night was I was recording the next DeLorean video, which is the EL wire installation mod, which is really only about halfway done, but I basically got everything connected up and got it, you know, got all the EL wires to turn on, which look really nice, by the way. So I'll probably have that video posted right after this video, or right after my live stream. I'll put that live. And then I'm probably gonna stay up late again tonight recording the next You know, like the next recording. Not really recording, but like the next, or the second half of issue 91. That I've been like neglecting for months now. Well, it's not that I've been neglecting it, it's just... I needed to get all those power mods and stuff installed. And I also was really kind of mad at my DeLorean for trying to kill my Millennium Falcon. Oh, come on. There we go. Yes. Oh, come on. Alright, so there's 4. Let's head back down. We should have... Gosh, we might even hit 3 million tonight. Squeaky 2008 asks, are you going to be streaming tomorrow? I hope so. Red Ho Gaming says, hey, how's it going? Ooh, we've got 46 people. Come on, guys, only 4 more people in chat, and I will tell the Bigfoot story. My encounter with Bigfoot. Colton Stratton says, I meant like read the Bible a lot. I'm not really like a big Bible reader. I've actually tried to kind of sit down and read it, but it is a difficult read, because I don't want to read like the modern, you know, like the normal English version. I want to read like the King James version or something like that. But I've read, you know, many parts of it individually. I've never sat down and like read it cover to cover. Let's see here, 47 people. Can anyone help me with how to get cotton in Seasons mod? You just plant it like any other crop, I would think. Tomorrow is your birthday, Squeaky? I thought your birthday was last week. Or maybe you said your birthday was this week. I don't remember. Well, if I don't talk to you then, happy birthday. Michael Galvin says, I just bought Farming Simulator 19 for PS4 and have no lights, no terraforming. I don't know if... Do consoles get terraforming? I mean, you get like landscaping. You don't really get like full-on terraforming, though. I think they get... I think the consoles get... landscaping at least. I'll pull in here and I'll show you how to get to it. Make sure that you've got the latest patches installed. You basically just go into your store menu and click the shovel back here, and that's your whole landscaping menu. You would go in. I'm not going to go into it right now, but that's how you get into it. Are there any pickup truck mods that I would recommend on PC? No. You know, for me, this is farming simulator. It's about farming. It's not about, you know, Ford and Chevy and GMC and whatever. And there are a lot of craptacular pickup truck mods out there. A lot of them. There are so many like super lame vehicle mods just on like random modding sites that it's almost kind of sad. What? We just dropped all the way down to 41? I guess people don't want to hear the Bigfoot story. You tried planting cotton and they didn't grow. Make sure that you check there's like a chart that says like when you want to plant each crop. Make sure you check that, and that's when you have to plant those crops. Good night, Anthony. The console versions, I don't think they should have lights on vehicles, but for example, like like these kind of lights, you should have all these lights. But as far as like beacons, I thought Xbox One and consoles got beacons. I know that you don't get reflections on the beacon. See how it's reflecting against the trailer? Consoles do not get that because they're just not powerful enough to do reflections like that. But you should be able to get other lights on vehicles. What in the spong monkey is going on here? We like the moon! I'll just drop him off right now. Alright, I'm going to hire the worker. I want to see if he stops around these telephone poles. Are there any Indiana maps that I'm aware of? This is very close to Indiana. Like the Midwest Horizons map is actually based on an area to the west of Lima, Ohio. Yeah, I think Lima, Ohio and like the Indiana border. So this is like, you know, about as close as you're probably going to get to Indiana. But I don't know of any others that are like specifically Indiana. Like to the point where you'd be like farming with the Indianapolis Colts or any, you know, something like that. I don't know. Oh, come on. Whoa. All right. Yeah, something similar. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is About as similar as you can get to Indiana, because it's, you know, Indiana's pretty flat. Squeaky 2008 says for PS4 lights, press L1 and circle, and that should turn your lights on. Dakota Bogue says Expendables modding on Facebook has good pickup trucks. Well, there you go. Bunny Gaming says cotton doesn't appear on seasons chart. There's no planting day or harvesting day for cotton and sugarcane. Huh. I don't know then. Colton Stratton says, I live 15 minutes away from Lima, Ohio. Well, then you should be playing this map, my friend. Tactical Gamer says, hey, Brad, heading off early. Sorrow getting back to school mode to wake up at 6 a.m. Ugh. All I can say is better you than me, though. Typically, you know, I've been waking up at 6 a.m. too. Because I have old man pee bladder. Well, Tactical Gamer, do not forget to watch the rest of the stream tomorrow, because I might actually tell my Bigfoot story. Just a little farm in Kansas says cotton there is. Cotton there is. What? Cotton there is on seasons? I was actually thinking of streaming seasons tonight. Just to kind of like experiment around with it a little bit more and to show you guys like how much it slows the game down. Okay, I don't know if we're going to be able to get back here in 6 minutes. Cotton is there on seasons. I worded that so wrong. Yes, you did. Which country seasons? I would think don't both countries have like the same? I know the two different countries have different weather patterns, you know, for seasons. As far as crops though, I thought you could still do the same. Is this map on Xbox? No, it is not. It's PC only. Kansas says, yes, season's kind of boring, especially if you don't have livestock. I don't have livestock. I have a bunch of dead stock. Uh-oh, we've got 49 people watching. Guys, if you're just joining, do not forget to hit that like button. I'm trying to get the word out, get more people in here. Oh, we're down to 47 now. What's up? What's up with people coming and going? I don't get it. let's see. Let's pick this one up, actually. So there's a nice fresh bale. I'm just trying to get as many bales in before the end of the hour because sometimes, you know, depending on how long the great demand is going on for, you know, you might not get that full, you know, the price might go down at the hour, or the great demand will end at the hour, and I'm honestly not sure how long we've been going here. So, yeah. Trevor Lee says, hey, how are you doing today? I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Mason123 says, every time someone tells me to hit the like button, I do the opposite. Well, you know, do what you do. I don't really care one way or the other. I guess I'm just not appreciated that much. Let's see. Yeah, but you can also find something to do in the early stages. I guess it depends on how you get your farm started. You know, if you go like the really, oh, has Savvy not been weeding his fields again? Shame on Savvy. The shame. Go, go, go. I know. We're not going to get there in time, I can tell you that. Would you stop the grass mower from creating fields? What? So we've got, let's see, 3,206 right now. It's almost 20 hours. It's gonna flip like any second now. And there it is. All right, so. And okay, so it's still the same price. That's good. That means it's gonna stay. Yeah, we shouldn't really be rushed now. Premixed Genie, hello, hello. Michael Gavin says, love your work, thank you so much. Let's see, I'm gonna make a new save on this map when TXR releases the Seasons version. I thought he did. Isn't the Seasons version out? On which map are you gonna try Seasons? Just the in-game map, probably Raven's Fart or something. Raven, I always want to say Ravenclaw, but I know that's not what it is. Mark Vanderhagen says, hello, Brad. Hope you had a great weekend. I had kind of like a sleepy weekend. Like every day, I just felt like I was tired all the time. And then I bought some steak. I bought a couple steaks. I ate one steak like earlier in the week. And the second steak I was saving for this weekend, and it had like a hole in the package. And so I go to look at it, you know, I take it out of the fridge, and it just looks funky. And I opened it up, and it stunk to high head. I'm like, there's no way I'm eating this. And so, you know, it was just something that I guess I didn't catch when I picked it up. But, you know, it's going to be too late to take it back and exchange it. Kansas says it rained all weekend there. Yeah, we're supposed to get rain and thunderstorms tomorrow and Tuesday. So we'll see what happens with that. Whoa. Okay, so we've only got three bales here. I bet a couple of these aren't even going to be like full bales either. Stop it. I'm not doing that. It's just that the camera, the vehicle camera collides with the trailer and it just shoots forward like that. All right. So I'm going to go out, we're going to see how many bales we can pick up. There's probably a couple out here. There's probably at least one. There's one on the back of him. Really, none out here. I'm actually, that surprises me. Whoops. Willow Rivers. Hey, Willow. 53. Watching Bigfoot story, please. Oh, it's 52, but yes, we are over 50, so Bigfoot story it is. Okay, so back in the mid-90s, I believe it was the fall of 1995, my friend, some college friends, actually my roommate and I think it was like 2 or 3 of his friends. We all piled in my Jeep, and we decided we're gonna go hiking, and like out in the woods. Okay, wait a second. We gotta fold this up because we're not gonna have enough room to turn around, I don't think. We were deciding, we decided to go hiking at like Old Man's Cave or Conkle's Hollow or something like that out in the Hocking Hills region of Wayne National Forest, which is in like southern Ohio. And so we go out that morning. It's probably like 11 or 11:30 in the morning, and I'm in the Jeep, and we're kind of driving down this gravel road. It's kind of it was this road that kind of went out east of a little town called Nelsonville, Ohio, and it's the same. Nelsonville is where they filmed the old 80s movie called Mischief. So if you want to see like where I lived when I went to college the first time, you can look that up. You can or just watch the movie, because that's literally exactly what it looked like when I lived there. Anyway, we got up, we're driving out, and so my roommate's like, hey, where's all your CDs? You know, because we were wanting to listen to some tunes. And so I remembered I put them all the way in the back of the Jeep. So one of our friends, he's got this video camera. He's like videotaping everything. And like he's videotaping me like driving and getting out of the truck or getting out of the Jeep and like walking around, popping the tail, you know, the hatchback or tailgate. No, it's not a tailgate. Yeah, it's a hatchback, I guess. So he's watching me pop the hatchback. All of a sudden, everybody starts like screaming bloody murder, and I don't know really what's going on, but they're like, Brad, get in, oh my God, you know, and I literally crap my pants, like literally and figuratively, because I don't know what's behind me. I kind of, at first I thought there was like a vehicle, like another truck or something, but I didn't hear anything. Of course, you know, the exhaust was right there, so I may not have heard something if there really was something. All right, get out of here. So I kind of glance back, and I see something crossing the road. I don't know what it is. I knew it wasn't a vehicle. I just thought, you know, I thought it was like some kind of an animal. They do get bears out there occasionally, so I thought, well, maybe it's just a bear. So everybody, the whole rest of the day, they're like, what in the heck was that? And they're looking at it on the video camera. They're trying to figure out what it is. And, you know, back then, you know, the video cameras, they just had the little eyepiece. It's like this little tiny black and white TV screen, you know, that you basically more or less used to frame the picture. It wasn't high definition or anything like that back then. And so, you know, we're looking at this thing, and people were like, that looks like a bear. That looks like Bigfoot. So the day goes on, you know, we go hiking. We're still talking about it like all day. Like, what the heck was that, you know? So we're still talking about whatever this thing was. So finally, you know, we head back home, and we go to my house because I had the best, by far, like the best TV of like all my friends. And so, let's see, I think it's Y, right? Yeah. So we hook up. Well, actually, I think it was just a VHS tape. So I think we just took the VHS tape, because I had an S-Video VHS recorder. So, which S-Video was like basically kind of like as close as you were going to get to like DVD quality at the time, I suppose. But no, S-Video was kind of like the highest quality that you could really get for, you know, videotapes, like VHS tapes. And so anyway, we pop it in and we start watching this video. We don't even care about like all the other stuff we recorded that day. We just wanted to go see what this thing was. So my buddy's turning around. He's following me around the, the driver's side, the left-hand side of the Jeep. And I open up the tailgate, and I'm going through like a bag or something, because I had like a booklet that I had like all my CDs in. And then all of a sudden you see what looks like a large Bigfoot-like creature cross the road about, I would say, we actually went out there a couple days, like I think it was actually the next day after this whole thing happened, because when we went out to wherever we were hiking, we came back a different way. And so anyway, we went out there the next day because we were trying to figure out exactly where the thing had crossed the road. And so my buddy recorded that too, but we never found like any footprints or really anything, no animal footprints, nothing like that. And so but the videotape, whatever was on that videotape, it looked big. It looked bigger than a black bear. It looked black or very dark brown on the videotape. But like back then, it's like we didn't have high definition, so the quality wasn't really that good. We couldn't zoom into it. We couldn't zoom into the video or anything like that on the television. And wouldn't you know it, like the videotape has long since, disappeared. Like nobody knows what happened to it. So even the guy that recorded it, I actually talked to him. I guess it's probably been like 5 or 6 years ago. Because I hadn't, when I moved away from college, I pretty much lost touch with that guy. My roommate was still kind of friends with him, but once everybody kind of got Facebook again, everybody kind of, you reach out to like old friends that you might have known and stuff like that. And so my old roommate actually got in touch with him, and I just shot him a message one time, and I said, whatever happened to that old, whatever happened to the Bigfoot tape? I would love to get a copy. And so he's like, oh, I loaned it to some, so-and-so, and then he lost it. So, moral of the story, don't loan stuff to people. Just period. Don't ever loan out stuff to people. Be stingy. That way you'll never lose any of your stuff. All right, so we got another load coming out. So yeah, I have absolutely no idea what the thing was. It may have been a Bigfoot. It may have been a bear. It may have been a guy, like a hunter in a ghillie suit. I don't think it was a hunter in a ghillie suit because, uh-oh, the price is going down. What? What? Oh, no. We probably had some that's the one that we probably had the partial bales on. Okay, no big deal. Okay, let's fire this guy really quick. Okay. But yeah, we went out there pretty much, I'm almost positive it was the very next day. And we basically parked the Jeep, or I parked the Jeep exactly where, as a matter of fact, it was so soon after we had been out there the first time when we supposedly saw this Bigfoot that, like, because when I jumped back into the Jeep, I floored it. So I peeled out, and because it was a dirt road, there were still tracks in the dirt, in the gravel or whatever, from where I had peeled out the day before. So we basically knew exactly where I had parked, and and you know, the other guys, they were like, okay, it was right there. They could kind of really tell exactly where it was. I don't know. It was just weird. It's the dog. No, it wasn't a dog. It was way bigger than a dog. What story are you telling, and where was this at? I'm telling the story of when my friends and I we were going hiking, and we saw what may have been Bigfoot, but probably wasn't, but it looked like Bigfoot because it was on the videotape. So if you're just joining us, back in, I think it was the fall of 1995. I'm pretty sure it was 1995. It was probably in November. I just remember it was, you know, fairly cold that day. It had been raining and kind of drizzly for the past few days, you know, as it is in Ohio in the, you know, in the late fall. And we were going out to like the Hocking Hills area of Ohio. So, you know, in college, I had an apartment in this little town called Nelsonville, Ohio, because it was cheap, super cheap to get apartments there. Because you could get like an apartment for like $600 or $700 for like 3 months. So yeah, it was like dirt cheap. So anyway, someone like my roommate, who was actually like one of my best friends growing up, he went to Hocking College, I think, for they have like a Ranger training program or something there. I don't know if they still have it. I think they do. But they had like a police officer and a Ranger training program there. And so he had a bunch of friends from that program, and we all, you know, got up one morning. I think it was like on a Saturday, because none of us had classes or anything. And we're like, hey, we're going to go out to like Old Man's Cave or Conkle's Hollow or Ash Cave or one of the various areas that was nice to go hiking at out there. And just kind of, you know, go exploring. So we're driving out. There was a road just to the north of the college that it was a gravel road at the time. I don't know if it still is or not. But, and when I say just north of the college, like if you go onto Google Maps and you find Hocking College, and there's like a road that kind of goes north out of the college into the town. Well, there's a bridge, there's a river that goes through there. I can't remember what the name of the river is. Excuse me, but there's a river there. So, and just before you get to that river, there's a road that goes off to the left, and unfortunately I couldn't tell you the name of the road right off the top of my head right now without looking at it. It's probably like a county road number 672 or something, who knows. Anyway, that's the road that we saw it on. And so we're driving out this road, and my buddy's like, hey man, go in the back and get your CDs. You know, we want to get, I don't know, he wanted to get some CD out that I had. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so I get the CD out, and as I'm like in the back of the truck, like everybody starts yelling and screaming, oh my God, get in, and I'm like crapping my pants because I had no clue why everybody was yelling and screaming. Everybody's just literally yelling and screaming bloody murder. Get back in the Jeep and let's get out of here. But the whole time I'm doing this, one of our buddies is recording with his video camera. And so when we got back to the house later that day and we watched the video, I'm not even joking. It looked like Bigfoot coming out of the woods and crossing the street, probably 100 and I think we even measured it out when we were there the next day. I was about 150 feet behind where the Jeep was. So yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, it was definitely a Bigfoot. But I mean, if you looked at the video, like if I had the videotape, I wish I had it to this day. I've told the story like several times. I have at least 2 friends that I can get in touch with that can easily corroborate the story. And I mean, it could have been a bag blowing across the road that just happened to, form the image of a Bigfoot. I mean, people have seen Jesus in, cereal bowls before, so, like anything's possible. But I mean, it's something that, like, we still talk about. Like, I wish we still had the Bigfoot video. And it's just one of those things that we don't, like, somebody borrowed the tape and lost the tape or misplaced the tape. Nobody knows where it is. It might have gotten thrown away. It might still exist somewhere. And somebody just hasn't gone through all their old videotapes to find it. We just don't know where it is. Because the guy that originally took the video didn't make a copy of it. We had always intended on making a copy of it, even in college. And, because I actually had 2 VCRs. I had one that I had left at home, and then I had my nicer one that I had taken off to college with me. And, I kept telling him, like, the next time you come over, bring that tape, bring your VCR, and so we can, like, make copies for everybody. And he's always, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then, he never did. So he never ended up, what the heck? We never ended up, being able to make a copy of it. So that's just the way it goes. Philip Peterman. Hey, Phil, how you doing tonight? Bunny Gaming says in '95 I was 6 years old. I was in college back then. Drop this off. Now. Oh, I gotta drive him back, don't I? Well, let's see. Let's... pick him up. Colton Mamenja says, hi, how is everyone? I'm doing pretty good, Colton. How about yourself? Did we still go hiking? Yeah, we still went hiking. We actually talked about it like the whole rest of the day. And we kind of joked about it too. We were always, we kept like jumping at each other like, oh, Bigfoot, and we were kind of jumpy for the rest of the day. But yeah, we still went hiking. I don't remember off the top of my head where we went hiking because it was basically like all brain cells on deck for Bigfoot. But I know we did go continue our adventures. But yeah, I mean, we got back. We were watching the videotape, and it's definitely creepy looking because there's something on that tape that looks like a freaking Bigfoot. Do I still go hiking? No, not really. Like all my friends that I used to go hiking with are like they've all like moved away, so or they have like like my best friend, he's got some major health problems with Crohn's disease, which is like an intestinal disease, so he's kind of like spends every second he can with his family, which is basically like every second. I've tried to get him to like, you know, meet up for dinner, and you know, over the last like 10 or 15 years, and just we never seem to can get our schedules together. But all the other guys, there were 3 other guys, because it was me and my best friend. We were, you know, obviously I was driving and he was sitting in my passenger seat. So, you know, he was my shotgun buddy. And the other guys, I think there were 3 of them, and they were sitting in the back seat. You know, like the Jeep Cherokees have like I had a 1991 Jeep Cherokee Laredo, and let's see. Wait a second. Whoops. I'm trying to think now, because that might have been in the fall of '96, now that I think, or the spring of '96, because in the spring of 1995, no, man, when was that? 95 or 96? Now it's like driving me nuts. 94. Yeah, I think it was the fall of 1995. Because in 1995 I left college because I could get, like, I got like a really, well, essentially I started doing contracting work for a company, and I was getting paid like loads and loads of money for what I was doing then, and I was just like, the program, I think I talked about this a few live streams ago. The college program that I was taking was entirely geared around upgrading old COBOL, like computers that ran COBOL, which is like one of the oldest, if not the oldest, programming languages. I think it was developed in 1954 for the U.S. Navy, or by a. What am I doing? Why am I dry? What am I doing? I'm driving this back for no. I don't know. I'm thinking about the stories. But anyways, the entire program was geared around upgrading older mainframe computers, like upgrading their software to be Y2K compliant. So basically, I'm kind of thinking, after Y2K, I'm probably gonna like be out of a job. So why am I taking this course? And I wanted to get into like the internet. Like, I knew that the internet was kind of like the wave of the future at that time, and that's what I was really wanting to get into. And so, anyway, I left college and I started working, and that would have been in 1996. Like at the end of the term in 1996, I just decided that I wasn't going to go back. And so I started working and basically doing contracting up until like 1999, which is when I went back to college at a different school and majored in aviation science. And then 9/11 happened, so I got screwed over there too. Darn terrorists. Just logged on. What's planted? Well, we've got soybeans, canola, and cotton. I'm just going to be doing the cotton harvest tonight. I don't think I'm going to do soybeans. Actually, I want to sell some soybeans, probably a couple 100,000 down at Horizon Coop, so we'll do that later in the live stream. Just so that I can get this price up to, well, what I want to do is I want to try to trigger a price hike at Cooper, so that I don't have to literally drive all the way across the map every time I want to sell stuff. Come on now. I don't know if there's going to be another bale down here or what, but we'll check it out, I guess. Not seeing one. All right. I think I'll just leave him out here. Now, I've got this guy. Too bad Savvy's not on right now, because he's probably got some cotton to sell. Eh. Are the John Deere cotton harvesters out yet? Yes, that's what I'm using. They've been out for like a month now, over a month. Let's see, Kevin Reed, there's Kevin. How are you doing tonight, Kevin? I've always wanted to see. Ellis Kevin says, I've always wanted to play this game, but it looks complicated to play, but watching you play it doesn't seem too hard. It's real, it's not. Savvy sold his cotton the other night. Well, he's got a bale out in his field. Kevin says, I am good, and how are you? I'm doing all right. Not going to do like a super long live stream tonight because I mainly wanted to come on and sell my cotton and try to trigger a price jump over here at Cooper Farms, which probably won't be around, and that probably won't hit till the next in-game day. So just trying to get that done so that we can maybe come back tomorrow night and do a big sale or sell a big sell-off, because we're gonna have all this to harvest as well. So yeah. Ugh. All right, back we go again. The old guy gamer says, "What's up?" Not much, old guy. How are you doing tonight? Kevin Reed says he had 20 big bales. Nice. Was the great demand going on then too? Because we got a really good 3,206 right now. Let's see, who is the money leader? I guess I still am. Uh-oh. I missed one of your chats. I'm sorry. I can't read them all. Nope, he sold at 2,300. Ouch. Thomas M86. Hey, Thomas. Yeah, because I know I saw a bale or two in his field over here. At least one bale. He should have just logged in and like hired his cotton harvesters and then just like gone to bed, because at least then they would just continue working while he was, maybe not to bed, but like, you know, taking a shower and, you know, dropping a deuce and all that good stuff. I was wondering, what if you really encountered that Bigfoot with your own eyes, what would be the reaction then? I didn't see it full on. Like, I was facing, like, towards the front of my vehicle. It was behind me about 150 feet when we measured it out, where they, you know, where we thought it crossed. It was about 150 feet or so. It was pretty clear on the video, like, where it, you know, like, exactly where it had crossed. So when we measured it out, it was right about 150 feet. You know, give or take 10 feet, we'll say. We literally went like full on CSI. We recorded on a different tape inside the car, like inside my Jeep, like just with the tripod stationary, looking out at the back of the Jeep. And yeah, there's a bale right there. We actually shot it out the back of the Jeep. Now I had a video capture card for my PC back then, and it was like a physical card that plugged into my PC, just like a graphics board would. You know, it went right into the Visa slot or whatever we were using back in those days, and so I could actually hook up like an SD cable and get video. I could actually record video in standard definition. I think I could record all the way up to 480 lines. I can't remember if it was 480 or 320. Regardless. And so I was actually able to take the still from one of his videos and like put it on my PC. But, you know, even those pictures were gone. I'd kind of forgot we even had done that. But we went out there the next day. We kind of, by looking at the video, you could kind of see, there were just some details. He wasn't holding the camera like super, you know, he wasn't on a tripod or anything inside the car when we first saw the thing. And obviously, as soon as everybody started screaming, you know, he pulls. It's not like he sat there and like perfectly followed it. You know, he basically threw the camera down, and you don't. So you only see it for maybe like a second, maybe 2 seconds on the video, 3 at the very most. But I don't even think it was that long. Let's see here. What do we got? I think I saw a bale back there. Okay. But you could definitely tell that it was taller than like what a person was. Because, you know, like we had one of our friends, we went back out when we went out there again. You know, he had like he always wore like these Carhartt pants, like overalls and stuff. So he was kind of, I don't think he was as tall as I was, but he was like maybe 6'3", because he and I were pretty close to being the same height, and I'm 6'4", so he might have been like 6'3" or something. I think I'll leave this down. And so he actually went out and like walked across the road in that area, and you could just tell by looking at the video that he was smaller than whatever was on the screen. And that was when I got the idea. I'm trying to think of whether or not I'm trying to remember back. Like, I don't know that I was ever able to compare both of the videos. Now that I think about it, I think we only had the one of like when we went back out there the next day, because he was like the guy that recorded it. Oh, man, it's been so long ago. It's like just memories get fuzzy. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, we might have recorded the second day on my roommate's video camera and not the original video camera that we originally. Anyway, that's kind of like all besides the point. But having like a camera in the same position and having a person walk across the road, we could definitely tell that the person looked smaller than whatever it was crossing the road. Gosh, I'm just trying to think now. Because I remember grabbing the stills on my PC. But like after a while, we just stopped caring about it. Like, it was just like, this is a fun story. We can always tell people that we saw Bigfoot. We don't know what the heck it really was, but literally we all thought it was Bigfoot. We're like, Now we have proof that Bigfoot is real. Even though when we went out there the next day, there was nothing there. There were no tracks. There were no, human footprints that we could see crossing the road. No animal tracks that we could see. We kind of like spread out a little bit, like on both sides of the road, like going up and down. Because on the video, you could see it like going through the woods. It just looked like, then it just looked like a big black blob. Like, there, you could just see there was something going through the woods, and then it stepped up onto the road. And this is like a forest road. It wasn't like a paved road or anything. I mean, it was like gravel road. And it like stepped up onto the not the concrete, but onto the gravel road. And I mean, even that right there was like 1.5 feet, like where it stepped up from. Like I could do it, but I would kind of, it wouldn't be comfortable stepping up. It would kind of be like stepping up like 2 or 3 stairs on a stairwell. Like if you were walking up the stairs somewhere, it was kind of about like that. Snow King the Inkling says hello, or it says hi Brad, long time no see. Hello Snow King. Shadow Doctor 01 says hey Brad, hey Shadow. But I didn't see the big. I didn't like turn around and actually see it, because when everybody started screaming, I thought there was like a vehicle. I think that was like my initial reaction. And this happens like in a split second, like literally, like I'm like, oh my god, there's a vehicle, and then the same time I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like a bear or some animal that's like charging me. Could have been like a buck. I mean, if you've ever gone like deer hunting and it's in rutting season, which it is in November, you get a deer, like a male deer will attack you. A buck will like full on go antlers on with you if you're not careful. And my reaction was basically I jumped back, grabbed the hatchback, slammed it down, and like ran in. The truck was still running, so I didn't have to start it. And then I just jammed on the gas and got GTFO'd out of there. And so I'm like, what did you guys see? What did you guys see? And like, one of the guys was like literally screaming at the top of his lungs, "It's Bigfoot! It's Bigfoot!" I can't even do his voice anymore because it was kind of hilarious. The video camera was completely off by this point, but and I'm like, whatever. I literally thought they were playing a joke on me. Like I thought they were just being jerks, like like you do, you mess with you try to scare your college friends and do pranks on them. And we would do that kind of stuff. Somebody would get like, if somebody would get like too drunk at a party and they would pass out, we would draw certain things on their on their cheek in permanent marker with like a little line going to their mouth, and then ha ha ha, and that's just the kind of stuff that we did. And then they have to go into class on a Monday with like kind of like this shadow of different things drawn on their cheeks, because that's what friends do. That's what friends do when you're in college. All right. But yeah, I totally thought it was a joke the whole day. Everybody's like, the 3 guys in the back, they all saw it. Because when the first guy started screaming, it wasn't even the guy with the video camera. It was like one of the other guys. Just started, I can't remember if they, seemed like they were like, what is that? And then started screaming, but I kind of don't really remember. All I remember really is everybody was, one person was screaming, and then everybody else was like, oh my God, get in. And they were saying other things that were, you know, far more expletive laced than what I'm saying, and I just ran for it. Like, I just got, you know, trying to get out of there. It could have been an axe murderer, from what I know. But yeah, so we went hiking, and I can kind of remember. I'm trying to remember the name of the falls out there. There's like a waterfall area that's kind of near Old Man's Cave, and I cannot remember. It's like something falls. But anyway, you know, we're walking, you know, we're hiking, and I can just kind of remember, you know, literally the entire subject was like, you know, oh, I saw it come out here, and then it did this, and, you know, they're like, that was a Bigfoot, and then one of the other guys was like, no, obviously it's not a Bigfoot because they don't exist, and it was a bear, and I was just like, what? I was like, there wasn't even anything on, you know, back there. But they were sitting there, you know, the whole time while I was driving. You know, they were like looking through the viewfinder on the video camera, and so there was definitely something on there. I didn't see it at that point. I actually didn't see anything until we got back home, because I just thought they were messing with me. I'm like, you guys are buttholes. But then when we got back, and, you know, we popped the videotape in, and I was just kind of like, I want to see this Bigfoot, and sure enough, it looked like Bigfoot or something. It was not a you know, just, you know, didn't look like a person. Let's see here. The best thing I can compare it to is that really famous Bigfoot film from like back in the, I think it's either like the late 60s or early 70s. It's like one of the most famous Bigfoot films ever. I think the guys eventually came out and said that yes, that was a hoax, but I don't know. But, you know, it wasn't, I guess I got this one, huh? All right. I wonder if I can suck the, well, no, that would have been the wrong word to use. I was like, I wonder if I could get my trailer to suck off. Never mind. I'm just going to stop now. Okay, I think he's going to be done on, yeah, he's going to be done here soon. My other Bigfoot story, which is far less exciting, is in like the late 90s, I kind of became kind of like acquaintances with a UFO researcher who was based here in the Cincinnati area, named Kenny Young. And you can actually you can Google his name. Kenny Young, Young. He's written several books about UFOs and Bigfoots and unexplained phenomenon in and around like the Ohio the Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, I think, area. He unfortunately passed away, I think, back in the early 2000s. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you exactly what year it was that he passed, but he ended up getting some type of cancer, and unfortunately he passed. I think he was only in his late 30s or maybe early 40s. He wasn't, well, I guess at that time he was probably in his late 30s. He might have been 40. Because every time I look and see when he was born, I'm always shocked at how much older he was than me. Because I always kind of thought he was like a young looking guy, and he was a skeptic like I was. He wasn't like some kind of a UFO true believer or anything like that. I think he was more. He wasn't even like David Duchovny on X-Files. He was kind of like that. He wasn't that jaded, I don't think. But he took it seriously in the investigations that he did. Super nice guy. I was really saddened when I heard that he had passed, because, like I said, he was like a really nice guy, and he was fun to hang out with. And so my dad knew him. My dad was into like UFOs. My dad could tell you like a few UFO stories that he apparently witnessed personally. And I wish to God that I had videotapes or something of his that that I could go back to and watch it, because it's always like something that I always thought about doing, is like sitting down and interviewing my dad about his time when he was in the Navy, and the times when he was growing up, and his purported UFO encounter. He had one kind of in the Navy that wasn't really like a UFO, but it was just like a really strange occurrence where he was in the submarine service, and somewhere, I can't even remember where exactly it was, if it was down near Cuba or like Bermuda or something. But I just remember him telling me it was really foggy. He was on watch on the top of the conning tower. They were in a submarine, but the submarine was surfaced, and it was like him. It was like two guys. There were three guys on top of the conning tower on night watch, and so and all of a sudden he just said like a beam of light about maybe, I don't know if it was like the size of your finger or if it was bigger. I think he said it was white, just like basically shot over their shoulders, like in between my dad's head and the guy that was standing in front of him. But anyways, my dad, I don't know, my dad was always into like all these weird things, and he got involved with this group of UFO researchers and stuff, and they would have like dinners once a month or something, and my dad would go to them. And anyway, he met this young guy named Kenny Young, and I guess at the time, I mean, my dad had known him for a really long time, but after I got my pilot's license, my dad was like, "Oh, you should talk to Kenny. You guys would be really good friends." And he was like, "Oh, Kenny would love it if you took him flying to see all the crop circles," because every once in a while, like a crop circle would turn up here in Ohio, and so anyway, like I decided to go to one of these dinners with my dad, and it was kind of fun, just to sit there and listen to people talk about how they were abducted by aliens or whatever. I couldn't really take it too seriously, but I wasn't like laughing at these people, because obviously these people like believed whatever it was that they had experienced, and so I wasn't going to be like a jerk like that. Is there some cotton right here? Cotton right here, cotton right there, cotton right here. Okay, never mind. I'll stop singing. And so anyway, my dad introduced us, and he was like, like one of the first things is like, Yeah, your dad's a really nice guy. He tells me that you're a pilot. I was like, yeah. He's like, you know, like how much would it cost to fly me out over, to look at the, to look at these crop circles. So anyway, whenever he would hear about one, he would, give me a call, and if I had time, and if I had, because I was in flight training at the time, and you're not allowed to do like commercial flights or anything like that. I can't remember if I had my commercial pilot's license by then or not. But I mean, not that it really mattered. But so yeah, I would, every once in a while, which I think we went up. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I might have taken him flying like 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 at the most. I don't think I took him any more than that though. But anyways, we would go and we'd fly over these crop circles and take video. I actually do have pictures of those somewhere. So that stuff I still have video of. I did go on a Bigfoot hunting expedition with him, and which I do have those on video. Matter of fact, I have the 8mm tapes with all that on there. It's just I need to someday dig them up and hook all the stuff up to my PC so that I can actually capture it. I've been talking about doing that for years, and I just, for whatever reason, never have. And but anyway, we went out to, I'd have to look at the map. It's somewhere near Peebles, Ohio, and apparently they had Bigfoot sightings out there back in the 90s, and he would go to investigate them. And so anyway, that's what we did. I basically just shot video for it, just to kind of document what he was doing, document the there we go. Document the interviews. He would conduct an interview, and I would tape the interview. And so that's really all I did. We didn't see any big feet or anything like that. Uh-oh. I chose the wrong thing to do. But I mean, it was fun. We did hear some creepy sounds and stuff like that, but nothing whatsoever to convince me there was a Bigfoot. Here's 3 more cotton swabs. Okay, I think this one's more full than... Look at this other one. Yeah, he's practically empty, so let's just finish off with this. Like I remember we were interviewing there was a jogger, I think it was a man, who was jogging through this. It was like a national park area, and supposedly saw this Bigfoot cross the path in front of him. And so, but we didn't get out there until, I don't know, a week, or might have been as much as like 2 weeks later. It wasn't like the same day or anything like that, or a few days. It was like a week or 2, and of course we did go down, and the guy actually stopped and followed it down into the woods to see where. Actually, I don't know if he went off the trail, but I mean he like ran up after it to kind of watch it. I guess it was as it was walking away through the woods, and so we kind of went down and tried to follow the same track to see where it might have gone and whatnot. But there just wasn't anything to find. There never is. Trust me, if you ever go on a Bigfoot hunt, you will definitely never find anything. But it was fun. You know, it was kind of creepy. My dad went out with us one night because we went like to 2 different places and kind of staked out 2 different places. And my dad went out with us one time, and then all my dad wanted to do was like go back and like fall asleep in his van. He's like, I'm gonna go, you know, I'm just gonna go and sleep because there's nothing happening. I think he was bored, but and then it rained, and it was just miserable. I had this crappy tent back then, and I tried to sleep in the tent, and it just was not. I think the tent was literally so crappy that just the normal rain, it wasn't even like a big thunderstorm. It was just like rain showers, and like the rain was like seeping through the tent, and it just made the whole experience of camping miserable. And that was like after we kind of did our first nighttime thing. I don't know, but we had like radios. We had like 3 or 4 teams set up around this lake to listen for sounds, and we might have heard some deer, which you'd be surprised how much a deer will sound like a Bigfoot if you're not used to listening to Jesse Gambino. I am Mr. Jesse Uldmek. Sorry about that. Be right back. My boss is around me. Let's see. Sounds like your dad isn't the only one into this paranormal stuff. He probably was more than me. Well, yeah, he definitely was more than I was. I gotta take a drink of water here. Okay. Much better. Did I ever get the rest of... I guess I did get this up here. Okay. So I got to get the... There's a little bit right up there. We'll worry about that here in a bit. Ooh. Oh yeah, this next load is going to put us over 1 million. Foe to the show. All right. I love how it just leaves the lights of everything on, but the engine's not running. Like they don't care at all about the batteries. All right.
All right, how's everybody doing in chat? Everybody fell asleep now. They're like, the story's boring. Let's see. Let's see here. Weirdest. Bunny Gaming says, weirdest and scariest story I've ever heard was there's cursed woman in India who hunts for unmarried men at night to meet, and if they deny her demands, she kills them, or they get serious shock and never came out of it. Huh, I never heard that one. I have never heard it, never. Whoa. So yeah, probably tonight after the live stream, I'm going to post the next DeLorean build video, which is the EL Light mod. So that'll be up if you guys want to watch that. I don't know if, you know, for those of you who follow the build. I will be finishing off issue 91 tonight, so hopefully I'll be able to get that up tomorrow. And then I should be pretty good. Like, the rest of the build, I'm anticipating going smoothly. You know, keeping my fingers crossed here, but I'm hoping that'll be the case. And yeah, even though it's like almost 12:20 a.m., I'll just do that. I might even do another build issue, because I think the next issue after the one I'm on right now is just putting on the rear bumper, and then the one after that is putting on the front bumper with the headlights, and then at that point it'll pretty much look like a car. It'll look like a DeLorean with a few modifications to it. I hope the next version of Farming Sim has RTX. Did you guys... Okay. You guys know that if you've been around my channel long enough, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of Minecraft, right? Yay, 2 million. Not the biggest fan of Minecraft. But they released the Minecraft RTX trailer, and oh my gosh. I mean, it looks like a completely new game. Still looks like, you know, a little cartoony, as Minecraft does. Apparently they didn't make any other changes really to the game, other than adding the RTX, you know, lighting engine to it. But oh my gosh. I almost thought, you know, if I ever, you know, if I buy an RTX card over the next year, which I probably will, I might actually consider playing Minecraft with RTX. But I don't know. I don't think it's, I don't know. I don't want to get addicted to it again. Just I just don't. I wish they could build a game that was, you know, where everything was destructible and buildable like Minecraft, but where everything was like, just like normal real life looking stuff. You know, like a game like 7 Days to Die. I really like 7 Days to Die, but, you know, it's like all like, why does everything have to be zombies? Why can't... I know what they should do. They should make a new version of a game like Minecraft, but instead of having zombies, they should have liberals. They'll all be like, Trump. Oh, that's terrible. let's see. We're going to be pulling up. I think we just have the last, or I think we just have this one. Yeah. Let's see. What do we got going on out here? Okay, so we'll have one more full bale probably. Probably not more than that. Like Field 100 would even be a good field to buy and kind of extend the... It's called City Skylines? What? City Skylines is nothing like Minecraft. I think EverQuest Landmark was like that. What's that? I mean, I know what EverQuest is, but I don't think it's... I've never even heard of it. Nema Destroyer! Nema, are you the one? You're the one that plays Star Citizen, right? Brad Ravel, he says, I agree. I'm just kind of sick and tired of this whole... I think the zombie thing has been played out, and it continues to be played out. And it's just such a stupid concept. Maybe not stupid, but... It's like, it's so redone. It's like, think of something new. Like I'd rather have like a realistic game where like aliens came down to Earth or something and you had to not necessarily fight them off, but like try to make contact with them. Like Arma 3 Contact seems like a pretty cool premise. Don't like the Arma 3 engine though. But, you know, like I said, the premise of that game is pretty freaking cool. Or that add-on, I should say. But, you know, something just different. Like, not constantly, like... Yeah, I don't know. That's just me. That's how I feel about it. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Kevin Reed says, Landmark was a game they put out while they kept delaying EverQuest Next. And it gave players the tools to go out and build whatever they wanted. Huh, interesting. Never heard of it. Alright, so we'll poop that one out. I'm not going to do another partial bail. Well, actually, wait a second. Can I do one? I don't think I can. Oh, I can. That's going to be a pretty small one. But... I mean, that'll be over $5,000 just for that bale, so might as well, right? Or Tropico 6 and zombies. Yeah, I mean, like Tropico's kind of turned into like Civilization. You know, if you go and you look at all the Civ games, and you go back to like Civ 1 and whatever Civ 5 I think is the newest one, like the original Civilization. They really haven't changed. They've updated the graphics. Yes, they've added different things, but the core mechanic of the game itself is very, very similar to what it was, 30 years ago or whatever when the first version came out. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just that, like, there's no longer anything interesting for me in that game, because I just kind of feel like whenever I play a new Civ, I think the last one I actually played was Civilization 3, and I played all of them up to that point. You know, it just felt like the same game rehashed over and over and over again. I get it. That's Civilization. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing that they do that, because it is kind of, Civilization is kind of pretty much a board game, you know, like Tropico is. Tropico, they kind of changed things here and there, but I mean, it still kind of
feels about the same. I can't remember the last Tropico game I've played. I don't know if it was... What Tropico are they on now? Like 5? But he says Tropico 6. I think... I don't know. I'd have to go look at my Steamer Beans library just to find out. Steamer Beans, Steamer Beans. Alright, so we've got... Oh, no. Leave that there. Uh-oh. Okay. So I'm just going to park him up like right over here for right now. We'll go and pick up these last bales, and then I guess I should kind of make... I should get the cultivator working on this field, I suppose. The Anno games. Anno I actually kind of enjoyed. What am I doing? Fart knuckles. Don't ask me what fart knuckles are, because I have not figured that out yet. Go. There we go. All right. Oh, no, no, no. No! What the heck is going on? Thank you. Okay, let's see. Anno games are good.
Yeah, I mean, the big, I think right now, the biggest thing for games like Minecraft and those builder games is, the thing that's really limiting those type of games is CPU power and the ability to use multiple cores on a CPU and RAM. You know, if everybody had, you know, a 16-core Intel i7 and then you had a game engine that could actually utilize all those cores. Most game engines don't utilize all the cores on a CPU. There are some that do, but not all. Southern Belle, hello. Hey yo, hey yo. Southern Belle and I wanna go. No, I don't know where that came from. No, I do, because you said hey yo. Oh, it's late. Hopefully you're doing okay. She's like, oh my god, this guy is a nerd. I am totally unsubscribing right now. She probably doesn't sound like that, but I hope not. Let's see. Roy Cornish says they need to bring back the LAN battles in Anno games. I don't remember those. I had the one as like Anno 2059 or I don't know, something. It was like something in the future, which I like. I always like this futuristic kind of games, but that's just me. Nima, are you in PTU right now? Lone Star Gaming, I have a small portion left to harvest on barley. Just over 11.1 million. Jeez. It's like, yeah, I've been running my computer like nonstop. But anyways, to get back to talking about computer cores, you know, Minecraft, I don't even know if Minecraft can use more than 2 cores, maybe? It might even be single core for all I know. It's just, of course, you know, now that Microsoft has purchased Minecraft, does it still actually use Java? I haven't been able to even log into my Minecraft account. Like, apparently, I don't know if my account got hacked or my email got compromised, or I have no idea, but I can't get into it, so I stopped trying a long time ago. Southern Belle, it's cool. I don't think you're a nerd. Yes, you do. I'm good. Just got off work, and I don't sound like. Oh, I don't sound that girly, although it was close. See, I do great girl impressions too. Who knew? Okay, that's kind of weird, but not much. All right, so I guess we'll head back. I don't really know. Oh, so now we got to basically do some selling. It's just going to be more like, you know, racing around, talking with you guys and gals, all that fun stuff. Hello. Is Brad's mic turned off? No, it is not. It is on. Unfortunately. So yeah, I was working on the DeLorean, as I was, you know, telling you guys before, and I got that EL mod. Now EL is like, I think it stands for electroluminescent light or electroluminescent wire. I think that's what it stands for. It's basically like this wire that when you apply a current to it, it glows. Kind of like neon. It looks freaking awesome. And when I turned it on and turned the lights out, I'm like, I want to put this stuff everywhere. Like, I want to put it in my underpants. I want to put it like in every room of the house. I want to put it all around my car, like literally everywhere in everything that I do. It looks freaking amazing when it's lit up. It's just like, it just looks like mini neon, like light tubes or something. But yeah, it was so cool. So I was setting that up, and then of course I did the video on that last night, and I'm just really looking forward to getting back and doing that build, because I've been neglecting it for far too long, and I just want to do it. Off-Road Outlaws, you're late. He says, I'm late, my bad. That's all right. Not really going to be doing too much else tonight, though. I'm going to do a couple. Hey, wait a second here. Oh, I'm in whoops. I'm in the big green mean machine. I thought I was in the red truck. I guess not. Kevin has left the server. Well, hopefully, let's see here. We still have a really great demand. So I'll have to message Savvy and be like, yo, dog, get the rest of your field done ASAP and sell your cotton. Because I probably won't get on Farming Sim until tomorrow night at the earliest. Because I will come back. I'll try to live stream tomorrow night. And because we got to do the harvest, and then probably won't replant immediately. We'll save that for the night after. So I don't know. We'll just find out what happens. Also, I'm over here playing Farming Sim 13 on Xbox 360. I'm so behind in Gel. Whoa, yeah, you are like in the dark ages. I was actually talking to somebody the other day about like actually installing Farming Sim 2013 and just doing like probably not like a live, not a live stream, what's the word I'm looking for? Not doing like a series on it, but just doing like one live stream. Might be kind of fun, just from like complete bone stock. I don't even know if I probably still have my original series saved somewhere. I can't say I'm motivated enough to go look for them though. You know how that is. All right. Boom. Tip side front. Uh-oh. So I think I'm just going to sell like 2 loads of soybeans. So we'll do this and one other load, and then we should probably do like 1 or 2 loads of canola. Maybe just 1. Yeah, the soybean price the other day was like over 1,800, and I was like, oh, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get onto the server. I was thinking about live streaming last night, but I was zonked. Like, I think I went to bed last night at like 8 o'clock, and then I think I slept. I think I slept until like 1 o'clock. What the? Okay, I'm pretty sure I saw a child seat in the back of that car. That was weird. I think I slept until like midnight or 1. I got up, could not fall asleep, so I'm like, I'm gonna work on the DeLorean, and so that's what I did. And then I came back in, plugged up my phone, which I used to record on it, or record that series on, and edited the video, did everything, and then Actually, I don't think I stayed up long enough to upload it. And so I went back to sleep, and I slept for about 3 more hours. I got up around 8 or 8:30 this morning. I think it was around 8:30. Got up, came in, and then started uploading the video. And then, I don't know, I just zoned out. I'm like, I forgot to put that one active. Oh, well. Popeyes or Chick-fil-A chicken... Oh, Chick-fil-A. Come on. I don't know. I haven't eaten at a Popeyes in probably 20 years. I would say at least 15 years, but probably 20 years. It's been a long... And I wasn't impressed. Southern Belle says, it's been forever since I've watched your streams. Well, it feels like... Well, I know. You gotta watch more often. But that's okay. I know if you're busy and you gotta work and stuff like that, you know, that's all right. I don't expect everybody to put me number 1. Oh, that hurt my throat. Get a drink of water there. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of pull this guy off up here. Ah! And then... So we're, Yeah, we'll just kind of go down here. I want to make sure that I kind of do this part manually. Once we hit kind of like this line up here, I'll just hire the worker. But yeah, once I'm done doing the live stream, I'm just going to go and get set up and do some more building of DeLorean. Uh-oh. We need lime. We need lime. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm going to have to lime everything the next time. Oh, that stinks. But that's just the way it is. Some farts will never smell. Wait, yes, they will. See, I haven't tried Popeye sandwich. I love Chick-fil-A sandwich, though, with the honey mustard. Yeah, see, that's good stuff. Though, Chick-fil-A is becoming, like, ridiculously expensive. We just got a Chick-fil-A here by my house, and I went up there, I don't know, a couple months ago. It was like maybe back in June or something, and... Because it was like one of those things where, you know, you get a coupon for like a free chicken wing, or not chicken wings, but like chicken fingers, and with like, I don't know, you had to have like a $5 purchase, but you got like, you know, some chicken nuggets or wings or whatever they call them there, and they were awful. Like it was almost like the oil that they used for deep frying their chicken was
like hadn't been changed like the whole day. It was really not tasty, which I was really disappointed with, because that was the second time I had eaten at that particular Chick-fil-A, and it was bad then too. Like, I think it was like both. Actually, I think the first time I ate there it was good, but then the other, that's the next two times was not good, because it just opened up at the beginning of the year this year. I used to drive like all the way over, let's see here, I think Eastgate was like the closest one, and I mean it's like 8 or 10 miles from here, and I used to drive all the way over there to get like, you know, I just buy like $20 worth of Chick-fil-A, but I don't know, it just seems so much more expensive now. Popeyes is good, but personally Chick-fil-A is better. Yeah, I like, it's literally probably been, I mean, I couldn't even tell you when the last time I had Popeyes. I want to say it was in the early 2000s, but it might have been back in the 90s. And again, I mean, the experience was not memorable to the point where, you know, I feel like some strong desire to go back there. Like Church's Chicken, eh. I like the taste of Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC, but their chicken is always so freaking greasy. Like when I was a kid growing up, I don't remember it ever tasting so greasy like it does now. But I don't know. I try not to eat like too much, you know, deep fried stuff anymore, but you know, when you get older, you're like, and you eat that stuff, it totally makes you feel like blah. You know what I mean? Well, no, nobody knows what I mean because no one's so old. Hello, Mr. House. Oh, I didn't even acknowledge Zach Robertson for subscribing. Thank you, Zach. Hopefully you're still watching. Not mad that I didn't even see it pop up on the screen. So if it did and I missed it, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Because it said it was like an hour ago. So it doesn't give me like the exact time. It just says, you know, within the last hour. I think if it's within an hour, it'll say the minutes, but once it hits an hour, it just says 1 hour, and then like the next hour it says like 2 hours. Sword beat. Nope. There we go. But yeah, I can remember going over to our Chick-fil-A's never really all that busy. The Chick-fil-A over in Eastgate though was a flippin' nut house. Like you would drive in. I'm not even joking. There would be 20 cars in front of you. Like the maybe 30 cars. I don't know. But if I pulled in there, I knew that it was going to be at least a half an hour for me to even get up to the window. And most times it was faster for me just to pull up, get out, place my order inside, and then you know, and then just get it inside. But yeah, it would be like a freaking nut house. But the way their drive-through is constructed, actually, I think this is true of most Chick-fil-A's. The way their drive-throughs are constructed, it's literally like a single lane. So once you go, there's like a point of no return, and once you hit that point of no return, you can't get out. Like if you
have like a health issue or something like that, and you have to like, or you know, like somebody in the car is like having a health issue, and you have to get out of there, you can't, because literally there's like not another lane that you can like pull into to like go around all the other cars, which sucks. I hate feeling, I don't know, I hate that trapped feeling that it gives you. But the one thing it was nice is some of the Chick-fil-A's you can actually place your order online and then they'll bring it out to your car. Oh, Lone Star Gaming says, I use their app, it's so much. Yeah, exactly. So you just kind of like tell them like what kind of car you have and what color it is. And I don't know if you put your license plate number in there, and they'll just like walk it out to you. And then they have, I don't know, they might have something to scan the app. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've been over to that one. But the new one that they just opened up, it was like a madhouse for like the first month or two, but now it's kind of like chill, and you can pretty much go there almost just about any time now, and it'll be fine. Gosh, Chick-fil-A, they need to like be paying me or something for my good reviews. But when Chick-fil-A, when their stuff is cooked right, definitely the best chicken. For sure. All right. I think I'm going to call it here. Let's see. Because it is almost 1. I'm just kind of like maybe doing some cleanup here, just to kind of get some things. And we park him there. See, Lone Star Gaming says if you do the app and go through the drive-thru, you tell them you have a mobile order. I remember like calling them or like using an app and then them coming out to my car. Like they have like they have like 2 parking spots. It's like a curbside pickup or something. Tell them you have a mobile order and they will ask your name and they go to the window and you go to the window. Huh. Okay. I don't think I ever did that. It was always like me pulling up to the curb and putting my order in there. So did I fill this guy up? Yes, I did. The only thing I like at Popeyes is their biscuits. Again, I mean, I don't even have a base of comparison. Like, I don't know what they're like. Like, I don't even know if there's Popeyes around here anymore. There used to be one kind of over on the east side, I think, in Cherry Grove. But I think that one closed down like a long freaking time ago. Because I remember it seemed like my stepdad liked Popeyes. My dad, he's like Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's it. I really wish this building had lights.
so that it wasn't like... See, like, if we go up here... See, this building, this barn has lights, though it's... I don't like how they have these weird cones, but at least we've got lights in here so you can see what you're doing at night. Let's see. Lone Star says they've got carry out, well, obviously. like every fast food restaurant has carry out, but curbside pickup and drive-through. Oh, you mean like carry out if it's like mobile? Okay, I think that's what you might be trying to say. So like you can, or you place your order and you just tell them like if you want to do carry out, which is actually going in, curbside pickup or drive-through. Yeah, it makes sense. If I had the money, I would eat at Chick-fil-A every day, but what I get is normally 12 to about 23. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like for my mom and I to eat there, the last time we went there, and we even had a coupon for like, I don't know, another like a free 5-piece chicken nugget, and they screwed that up. They gave us like a 3-piece, which we were both like, well, that's disappointing. I mean, it's not like it's far away. It's only like 3/4 of a mile to where Chick-fil-A is, but still, it's like, I hate going, like, we have a Burger King here. Now, I like Burger King, but our Burger King is like the suckiest Burger King on planet Earth. It is so freaking terrible that, like, all other Burger Kings around us know that it's like a bad Burger King. There's like, but it's like part of a franchisee, so it's not like corporate owned. It's like a franchisee owned business or Burger King. And their standards are just like, like they retire. It's like they hire the recovering meth heads and stuff that just, they don't have any other choice but to work at Burger King. I don't know, but it's kind of sad because I'm not even exaggerating by saying, every other time I go there, they get something in my order wrong. And I don't discover it until I get home. Like I'll get a Whopper with cheese. Everything on it except for pickle and onion. Like sometimes I'll get onion, rarely get pickles. But, throw everything else on there, including the kitchen sink, and I'll, that's usually how I get my Whoppers. And, like, they'll usually put onions and, pickles on there. And you're just like, is it that hard to read the screen? I mean, maybe it is. Maybe, I mean, it's been years since I've worked fast food, but like the only kind of logic I can think of is, maybe when you're working there and orders begin to, like the way you process orders starts to become rote, and like ROTE, meaning that you've memorized it to the point where putting orders together is almost becomes involuntary, like an involuntary action. And so maybe you just mess up orders, but you don't really realize you're messing them up. I hope that that's actually what, it's happened, and people just aren't being lazy. I mean, it is kind of lazy, but I don't know, how else to explain it, that it happens so consistently at that one Burger King. And it's so consistent in its poor service. And you can't write the company like you can with like a... Matter of fact, I went to Burger King's main website, and I finally found their contact
you know, email, and I, you know, complained, and I'm like, what is going on with this Burger King? You guys need to, like, take their franchise license away or something, because it's always bad there. And I'll actually drive about, probably about a 7 or 8 mile drive north of me to go to another Burger King, then go to the one that's literally like a half mile from my house. It's you know, it's pretty much within walking distance. But it's like, man, I know that, like, the food's going to be cold, the fries are going to be crappy, and if the food's not cold, they'll take your order and then they'll make you drive around to instead of going, they have like a normal drive-through with 2 windows. They never use the first window ever, unless it maybe is like on a Saturday. But in the 20+ years that I've lived here, they've never used that window, like, ever. They actually got the whole store remodeled, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and I thought maybe after they get this remodel done, they'll finally start using that window. They just never do. Now I can kind of imagine closing it down like late at night on a weekday, but anyway, so they'll come up, you'll pull up to the window where you're supposed to pick up your food, and instead of picking up your food, they'll be like, can you drive around to the front of the store? I'm like, why don't you use the first freaking window? That way you don't have to waste employee time walking all the way out to the front of the store to give somebody their food. And they'll have like 3 cars piled up in front of the store. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm stupider for being in the presence of that Burger King. Anyway. Burger King rant. But I like Burger King. That's the problem. I want it to be good. I want them to be successful, but it's just that, like, that one location, for whatever reason, I don't know if they just can't find good people or what it is, but it's consistently bad. I don't know where I was going with that story, but here we are, right? But yes, Chick-fil-A is redonkulously expensive. Because I think it was definitely over $20 for my mother and I to eat there. I don't know, like a month or 2 ago, whenever that was. Oh gosh! Dang it, Southern Belle! Now I want biscuits. I don't know if I've got the ingredients to make biscuits or not. That's one thing I need to learn how to make is biscuits. I've never made them. I've never been like a huge biscuit person. Like, you know, a lot of people, they'll learn how to make biscuits so they can make good biscuits and gravy. I'm not a big biscuits and gravy fan. Never really have been. I mean, it's good sometimes, but I'd rather have, like, you know, pancakes and bacon and eggs and stuff for breakfast. But anyway, yeah, I've never learned how to make biscuits. I might have to make a note and be like, you know, learn how to make biscuits before the end of the year. I'm going to do that. Learn how to make biscuits. Because I taught myself how to make noodles this year, which has, like, put my chicken noodle soup game into, like, ultra overdrive. It is like I make the best chicken noodle soup now. Oh my gosh, I love I haven't made it probably since back in the winter time, but oh, it's so freaking good. Let's see, what else do I have? I guess I can clean up my combines, A, B. Oh, he's almost he's getting low on fuel, so we'll fuel this guy up. Getting clean. Uh-oh. I'm restricted by the size of by the length of my hose. Hashtag real life problems. Wait. When my grandparents used to do Sunday breakfast, they made everything from scratch. The biscuits, the gravy. Yeah, biscuits and gravy, they're not difficult to make. Noodles are ridiculously easy to make. You can make them, it's like some flour. It's like a cup of flour or 2 cups of flour, like 3 eggs, like a teaspoon of salt, and you mix it up. If you have a food processor like a what are those things called? A Cuisinart. You know, it's got the blades in it. You just put your flour in there. You put like your 3 eggs. I think it's 2 cups of flour, 3 eggs, and like literally like a teaspoon of salt. And that's all that's in noodles. You put them in your Cuisinart, you hit the button, it mixes everything up, you leave them in there until it kind of starts clumping up, which it'll do after a few minutes. Where's my other combine? Oh, here it is. Did I already clean this one up? It looks fairly clean. The header looks a little dirty though, but I think I did do all the repair work on this. We can check it. But once you yep, this is all repaired. You know, after you put your ingredients in the Cuisinart, mix it up, and it kind of turns into like a doughy ball, and you just have to have like a cutting board or something, or some other surface. You know, if you've got like granite countertops, you can use those. And you just put a bunch of flour on it, and you just knead it. You know, get in there, put flour on your hands, wash your hands really good. We're not talking about like I just went number 2 and it was a really bad experience for me, and I didn't wash my hands. You don't want to knead dough after that, but wash your hands really good. Some people even put on like those plastic gloves. You don't want to put on rubber gloves because that would be heartbreaking. And yeah, you go and wait. This guy looks freaking clean. Oh, I can't see anything because there's no lights out here. Let's see if I can change that. Where are the lights? Is it decoration? Yes. See if we can kind of put... I can't really see. So if we come out here, I think a little bit further. There we go. And so what I'll do is I'll kind of make this road come out and like go around on the inside there eventually. So now, oh yeah, we're a little dirty here. So anyway, you knead your dough until it becomes kind of like a smooth consistency. Usually it only takes a couple minutes, and then you basically put your dough into like a big ball, and then you wrap that ball in like plastic wrap, or if you have like a Ziploc bag or something, you can do that too, but plastic wrap's cheaper, way cheaper. And you leave it in there for 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes people leave theirs in for like an hour, but 20 or 30 minutes is usually sufficient. And basically what that does is it allows like the moisture in your dough to kind of like even out. Hey, Baba Bong. Baba Bong's like, I made it in time for cooking with Brad. Exactly. And then, you know, at the end of your 20 or 30 minutes or so, I think I keep mine in for about 30 minutes. And how are we doing on feel? Okay. Once you do that, you cut it into, I cut mine into 4 pieces. The ball, you just kind of cut it, you know, make 2 halves and then make 2 more halves. So you got 4 pieces, right? And then, let's see, let's take this guy. Ooh, we have a fertilizer up here. I did not know he was up there. Oh, this one doesn't have lights in the back. That's one of the things I don't like about the cases, is they don't have the rear lights. But I'm just kind of putting these combines out because I want to get them ready for the harvest, the coming harvest. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, this one needs to be repaired. Ooh, I like this. You see like the little TVs and stuff in there, or the screen. Not a TV technically. You cut your noodles, or the noodle ball, into like I said, 4 pieces, and then you kind of flatten them out a little bit with your hand. And then if you don't have a noodle maker, which is basically like, they're like 20 bucks, 25 bucks, you can buy them at Walmart, and it's like this little thing that you hand crank, and you put the dough in, and it cuts the noodles into like these perfect, you know, flat noodles. And you know, and if you don't have one of those, you can cut them by hand. You just, you know, try to get them about, you know, 1/4 of an inch wide, and you know, you like roll it. Oh, you need a rolling pin too. You have to roll them out on your cutting board. But yeah, if you don't have a noodle maker, I started making noodles so much and cutting them by hand. I'm like, it takes so much longer to cut them by hand. I was just like, I'm gonna buy a noodle maker. And like I said, they're like 25 bucks or something. They weren't that much. They have more expensive ones, but they pretty much all do the exact same thing. And you make your noodles, and you can freeze them. If you've got a dehydrator, you can dehydrate them. Save them for later. I would say if you're going to do that, dehydrate them and then freeze them. But and then you just boil them. You boil them in water for about if you're going for like well done, about 18 minutes. If you're going for like al dente, which is kind of like a little bit, like if you're going to be making the noodles with another dish, like if you're going to be baking it or cooking it with something later, maybe you only cook them for about 15 or 16 minutes. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Pull them out, mix them in with your chicken stuff, whatever you made up. And it turns into freaking heaven. They're so good. Super easy. All right, I think that's really about it. We could wash that thing, but I'm not going to really go that route. How are we doing down here, though? Ooh. Seems like he's gotten really good at not cutting this area off over here, which I'm very pleased with. But thank you all once again, everybody. You know, we've got some people coming back who have been long time viewers, and I appreciate all of you who stopped back and hung out with me for a little bit tonight. That's always nice to hear from everybody. And hopefully I'll be back tomorrow night with some more farming some goodness. We'll kind of continue on. We'll kind of see what happens. Maybe we can get Savvy, get his cotton sold for him and all that good stuff. And, you know, continue on harvesting here at Midwest Horizons. So as always, if you haven't already, please leave a like. It does help me out tremendously. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, enable your notifications so you get notified whenever I go live. Definitely super handy if you want to keep up to date on my latest comings and goings. And I will see you back for more Midwest Horizons on, well, no, Farming Sim 19 on Midwest Horizons. Hey, it's 1 a.m. No, it's 1:16 a.m. But I am Bradham73. Thank you guys once again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Good night and bye for now.